Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Wildcat Stadium as we get ready for this soccer match today between your Lovington Wildcats and the visiting Carlsbad Cavemen. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us this afternoon as we are here and getting ready for this one. Two teams that are looking to get their seasons back on track. The Cats come in at 3-5 on the year, but they did get a win earlier this week against Ruidoso as they take on the 2-8 Carlsbad Cavemen. We're looking at 92 degrees and extremely humid as we get ready to start this matchup. The JV Cats did beat the Carlsbad JV earlier by a score of 4-1. So preparing for the start of this one, the national anthem has been played. The teams have been introduced, and we are just about ready to go. Now, just a quick note, it looks like the YouTube channel is working at the moment, but if you lose the feed on YouTube, it is available at hobbsamerica.com, and we know we will not be losing that. We're having a dispute right now with Facebook, so it is not on the Facebook page. So just some stuff outside of our control there with technology. But for the moment, the YouTube channel is working. But if you lose YouTube, it is at hobbsamerica.com. Or on your television set, you can also search Boxcast, Boxcast. Download the app on your smart TV and just search Lovington Sports, and you can get it that way, too.
Awesome. That's great. That gives us some options. And, of course, if we have trouble, and this certainly came into play with football across our Lee County teams last night.
Yes, it did. So just technology beyond our control.
Yes.
And it looks like getting the start in the cage today for Lovington. It will be Ivan Herrera. So Herrera getting the start, even though Hayden Alexander is back and apparently still not completely 100%. So Herrera will get the start in the net today for the Lovington Wildcats. As the Cats are out and ready to go, they're in the home blue kits with the white letters and numbers. Carlsbad still under their tents and waiting to come out. They are in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers. And
they are under head coach Fierro. And as you said, they're 2-8. They have beaten Mayfield and Alamogordo this season. And the other opponents that they have faced, they have lost. So those are their 2 wins against 8 losses. And up next for them will be Artesia, tough match at home on Tuesday. And they won't start their district until October 1st. For Lovington, they are 3-5 on the season. They have beaten Ruidoso twice, and they've beaten Los Lunas. And then, of course, the other 5 losses from their season so far. Now, next up for them after today will be at NMMI. They're scheduled to go on the road Thursday to Roswell. And Lovington will start district on September 26th at Artesia.
All right. Lovington right now is in the Max Preps ranking 14th in 4A. Carlsbad number 25 towards the bottom of the list in Class 5A. And so Carlsbad has finally decided to come on out after the officials went over and said, guys, come on, it's time to play here.
You want to play the match or not? I'm sure Lovington would have said, hey, you want to forfeit? That's great. But they're not going to drive all the way over here to forfeit the match, that is. So, you mentioned Hayden Alexander out with injury. He leads the team in saves, though, as their starting goalkeeper, 2.5 saves per match on average. Herrera has 1.5 saves per match. And we're underway.
Yes, we are. Christopher Cifuentes into the net for Carlsbad. As chasing it all the way back down will be the defenseman Salcido, the senior defenseman. And he will send it back out towards the midfield. We are underway. Of course, high school soccer, 2 40-minute halves with a 10-minute intermission as the ball goes side out on the far side. Of course, we were here last night, Lovington Wildcat football. The Cats winning a wild one to open district against the Roswell High Coyotes. That all from football to football today, as the two teams just feeling each other out. And, kind of a little collision by Soto and Nava. Neither team able to really establish and keep control. As we mentioned earlier, the Lovington JV getting the 4-1 win over the Caveman JV, so congratulations to them. So now into the varsity set. And a long cross field pass. It'll go out, and it'll go over to the Carlsbad Cavemen deep within Lovington's defensive zone. So to throw in for Carlsbad, it'll be Jimenez Soto. He will toss it in, and a Lovington player will just head it back out towards the middle. Lovington going to look to get pressure, especially on the wings, and drive it through on breakaways. Carlsbad pretty much going to play the same thinking there. Neither team has had an opportunity yet. We are 2 minutes into this afternoon's match on a warm afternoon here in Lovington, New Mexico. As that went off the head and off of the tents that Carlsbad has set up over their bench. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on HobbsAmerica.com and also for the moment on the YouTube channel. Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. A lot of sports going on today across our family and this weekend. Of course, all the football yesterday, soccer today. Texas Tech playing North Texas right now. Tech was in the process of blowing them out up in Lubbock. And, of course, tomorrow the Dallas Cowboys will be taking on the New Orleans Saints. Lovington deep in the Carlsbad end. Carlsbad trying to get it out of harm's way. Lovington trying to put the pressure on. Batted around, just kind of softly touched by Munoz. And then we'll have a tackle out at the 25-yard line. So should be a free kick for Lovington. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think the infraction was against Carlsbad. I saw the push.
Bana.
Yeah, I saw the push.
Yeah, Bana pushing down.
And
so
I think he pushed, I think it was Nava.
I think so, yeah.
Nava, of course, one of the...
So we'll have a set play from the 35-yard mark and just a hard shot right through. As putting it through was Contreras, the shot in, but saved by Carlsbad's keeper, Cifuentes. And he'll just send it back down and out. So Lovington will track it down. That's Ian Perez. And he will throw it in. So Lovington one shot in the first 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes, I should say, of this match, as they'll give it to Contreras to toss in.
And Contreras leads the team in assists per game. He's got 6 assists total, averaging 1.5 per game.
So the Cats in the blue kit moving from the left to the right. From our perspective, from high atop Wildcat Stadium. And on the throw-in, it'll be Josue Gomez. Headed away by a Carlsbad player and back out towards the midfield. Back to Lovington's defense. As Carlsbad tries to break through, Lovington says, yeah, no, that's fine. We'll just keep it right here for now. And sweeping it over to the far side with Gallegos. Gallegos trying to dribble out of trouble. On him very tight, a caveman defender. Then a nice little pass forward and then into a soft spot, but taken away and intercepted by Carlsbad. Bringing it up the left wing. Lovington will take it right back, but give it right back to Carlsbad. And swiping it over is King, who will send a bouncer down deep into the Lovington end as Herrera going to come out and just fall on it. And then send the ball back into play. From the Lovington defense into a little soft spot. Carlsbad showing a little hustle there, almost getting to it. Now trying to put on pressure in the Lovington end. Of course, when we were here last week, Lovington came out on fire in the second half as Cifuentes will come out of his cage to corral that bouncing ball before any harm can come of it. And then send it long way back down the pitch.
Carlsbad with a header to try to control it, and they do.
Back into Herrera, who'll just take it and then roll it over to one of his defensemen on the left side. That's Gallegos. Gallegos to Hernandez, to Contreras, then back as Lovington will reset. And they'll send the ball on down the pitch, trying to get a run. They may have one here. They've got a breakaway going as Barunda takes it up the far left side, but can't catch up with it after he chested it off, as that one will roll out and back over to Carlsbad. But the best opportunity thus far, Barunda with good speed coming down the right wing, just unable to catch up with it after he got it under control a little bit. And it'll go out. So Carlsbad will have the kick in. And it'll be bodied up by Soto, who brings it on the near side, finds a little room, then gets cut off. As Salcido, or pardon me, that was Contreras, just booting it out. So now it'll be Ike Anderson to throw it in. Carlsbad with a huge roster, 26 kids on their roster.
It's almost like a football roster.
Just about. bigger than some of the small schools rosters for sure.
True.
Of course, this is the same Carlsbad that has 96 kids on their American football team. Into the middle, Barunda with a chance. He will boot it up. He will run. It's a foot race. He's pushed from behind, manages to keep control, now gets a little help over, and just having to swipe it out of the way is Bailey King out of the back of the zone, and it'll be Lovington ball, or should be. Might have a corner kick here, as that one booted away, and so Lovington will get a set play from the southeast corner. It will be a kick in.
Lovington.
And just a little sliding kick in and out of the backside.
Yeah,
and it'll go back to Carlsbad. Didn't give that time to develop.
Yeah, well, it was a little too high for anybody to be able to maybe chest up or head up and try to head into the net. So, nice kick across. Not bad angle, but just a little too high.
8 minutes gone in the first half of action here from Wildcat Stadium this afternoon. So Carlsbad on the kick after Lovington's corner kick went out of the back of the end zone.
Lovington relying a lot on their strikers, Mendoza, Gallegos, who leads in goals, and Gomez to move the ball around a lot along with Contreras.
So Lovington has managed to find the soft spot twice and get breakaways. Have not managed to get a shot on either one of those breakaways. Just one shot on goal, and it was on a penalty kick. Another potential breakaway coming up on the sprint. It's Michael Nava into the deep left corner. Corrals it, but not before it goes out, but it was kicked out by Bailey King.
Yeah.
So Lovington will have another corner kick, this time from the southwest side of things.
And a little calculated move maybe on King. He just thought it was worth kicking it out of bounds. But I don't know. I'm not sure I agree, because on a set kick, that's one of those things you can practice, your set kicks. And so you can get the angle right. And
well, no, they're going to say just a throw in, and it goes through, but it goes onto the foot of one of the Cavemen. And so into the middle, and just a little turnaround, going to be blocked out by the defenseman and then kicked away back up about the 15-yard mark.
Pretty good defense by Carlsbad, clustering around the goal, just not letting Lovington have any daylight to be able to develop anything there. Getting a clear shot on goal.
Lovington with 3 breakaways have yet to get a shot on goal out of any of them. They have 1 shot on goal thus far, and it came from Contreras. Onto the far sideline and out and over to Carlsbad. Just a quick reminder, we are on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, but we understand YouTube is still having some inputting problems on live feeds this weekend. If you happen to lose that, it is available on HobbsAmerica.com or on your smart TVs with Boxcast TV.
And a takeaway.
Just search Lovington Spot. Yeah. Just search Lovington Sports.
A takeaway there, but now Lovington fighting back. Carlsbad having to drop the ball back and to try to re-attack here.
As they try and send it through, and Contreras will just boot it back out towards the midfield and bodying it up, trying to save it, but not able to, is Bana. As it'll come out, and it'll be a throw-in for Nava. Well, and he'll just leave it off for one of his running mates. That's Gomez. So Gomez will toss it in and off of the knees of one of the Cavemen. But coming up, Barunda battling with King in the far left corner, and that one will go out in the corner, and it'll be Lovington ball. 10 minutes have elapsed here in the first period. No score yet, only 1 shot on goal, that coming from the Wildcats. I don't think it's going to be a corner kick. Should just be a throw-in.
Yeah, it should be a throw-in like last time, because they kicked it out.
And it will be Contreras on the throw-in. So he'll run up to the line and toss it towards the net as that one comes through and off of the foot of one of the Cavemen, and then out into the control of Bana.
Gotta be careful on those. Those can give you own goals there if they're kind of unfocused and just bouncing off of players.
We did see one of those against Hobbs. Yeah. Lovington would like for that not to happen again. There's a battle in the Carlsbad end of things, trying to find a little room. Lovington's defense so far on them very tight. Nifty little move, gets it away, and now Carlsbad going to try for the break. Not going to get it. Good defense by Hernandez, who will send it back towards Herrera, who will then just put it through. As Carlsbad drops back in defense. 28-45 remaining in the first half plus stoppage time.
A lot of times when you're close enough, you just go ahead and take a shot, even though if you know it's not a perfect shot, because funny things can happen. You take the shot and you play the percentages. Enough shots on goal, and a certain number do manage to get through somehow.
Still battling at the midfield. Carlsbad is yet to get any sustained pressure on, as now Parker Hamill will send it back into the teeth of the Wildcat defense as Gallegos tries to control it before it goes out. He cannot. And it'll be a throw-in deep in the Lovington end for the Cavemen.
It's my first chance to see the Lovington boys in action in person.
And this will be a long shot through, and it'll be saved.
At least for this season.
As Mason Fierro sends that shot through, about a 50-yard attempt there, but it will be the first official shot on goal for Carlsbad, as that one back deep into the Carlsbad side of midfield. Lovington trying to put on the pressure, coming to the near side. 3 Cats to 3 Cavemen. Maybe a chance here as Nava sends one towards goal and bounces out of the goalie box, and coming over is Cifuentes to collect that one.
Cifuentes, by the way, is averaging 3.8 saves per match.
So far with 1 save in this one. As an attempted tackle from behind on Hernandez, he'll send it forward. Lovington with another breakaway opportunity. That one just going to bounce in. And still no shot. It was outside the goalie box when Cifuentes came over to corral it. Lovington has had a lot of opportunities to get behind the Carlsbad defense. Eventually one of them's going to pay off. So back to the midfield with Bana, and then coming near side with Soto. And Lovington will just take it away as Soto goes down.
No whistle.
Nope, no whistle, no foul. There's Nava taking it up the near sideline, boots it out, and then gets in a foot race with King. Tries to body King off the ball. King gets position on him. He'll turn it back around the other way and starts it back out there. To intercept it is Gomez. King and Gomez now go at it, as it's handed off to Hamill, who gives it back to King, who then kicks it off of the back of one of the Wildcats, off the back of Barunda. And on the throw-in, Lovington will swat it out on the near side, off the side of the foot of Ray Salcido. As Soto comes back for the throw-in on the Lovington side of midfield. 14 minutes have elapsed here in the first half. As Hamill looking for a little space, it goes out. They're going to say last touch by Herrera. So Hamill looks to throw it in, looks for somebody to break free, find some kind of room, and he'll just toss it back over. And Salcido turns around off the header and just boots it back down into the midfield. Barunda in the neighborhood, as Fierro, who has Carlsbad's 1 shot on goal, takes it over to the far side. Lovington's defense still playing very well. Lovington waiting on a substitute into the game as that went out. And Carlsbad also going to send in a sub, as looks like Barunda checking out. And checking in his place will be Preciado.
Barunda, one of the seniors on the Lovington soccer squad, who has seen a lot of playoff and state championship match play and experience.
As Lovington will get it in the middle of the pitch, bringing it over, and then a trip, and yep, we will have a penalty kick from the 20-yard mark, as one of the Cats goes down hard, as a hard tackle put in, as Lovington was trying to work it over to get a shot on goal, but it'll wind up with a penalty kick, you've got to think, from about 20 yards from the net at the 10-yard mark on the football field. So we will have a set kick. Carlsbad will set up the wall.
And anytime you have a player down and then pop up, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is. So they'll set it all up, as the officials telling Carlsbad they got to move around a little bit. Didn't like where they were trying to position. So on the free kick, it'll be a high one and over the net and out of play. As putting it over the top was Gomez. 23:50 remaining here in the first half. No score. Lovington has had some pressure put on, but still only 2 shots on goal. And both of them have been stopped by Cifuentes, the senior keeper for the Cavemen. So now Carlsbad will send it back into play. And over the head of everybody and onto the foot of Herrera, who will then send it back. As the Cats going to regroup with their defensemen to try and turn it into the O. Cats moving through, bouncing into the middle, free ball. In a collision, one of the Cats goes down, but is quickly back up. Just dribbling, trying to find some room is Juarez. And then back into the midfield. As the Cats looking for a little room to run, coming through is Mendoza. Mendoza gets cut off, but gets it back. Sends it to the middle of the pitch for Preciado, who loses it off of his foot, and then gets tied up by a couple of the Cavemen. Lovington still looking for a little room as Carlsbad has collapsed everybody in. So Lovington will send it back and reset with Herrera. Sends just a little scoop ball into the middle, trying to find position, and the shot is going to go just wide as Dylan Gallegos with a great opportunity there. Carlsbad had him bracketed.
Yeah, exactly. He was
and just a little off to the right side.
He was sandwiched, but he had good control of the ball. Nice footwork, nice dribbling, and just didn't go in this time.
So Lovington gonna go back on the attack. As Gallegos battles and Carlsbad boots it back out towards the midfield, trying to get a little relief from the Lovington pressure. 21:50 to go here in the first half. Lovington up the far left wing, looking for a centering pass, going to be blocked by Carlsbad and then sent back out towards the middle. A funny hop, and Carlsbad takes it off of the head, but Lovington immediately swarms back and takes it back. And booted back in towards goal, bouncing ball. Herrera will come over, or rather Cifuentes will come over and corral it.
Yeah, not a serious threat, but again, you hit them toward the goal as much as you can, even if you don't have an organized play and a lot of offensive structure behind it, because balls roll funny and you never know. Take the shot, get it close to the goal. It
See
may
what
go
happens.
In. That's right.
Not officially counted as a shot on goal, but you keep the pressure up, and we will have a minor infraction called on Lovington as one of the Cavemen goes down. Not sure if that's Hamill or King, but he's up. And so from the 32-yard line, so 42 yards out from the cage, Carlsbad will have a free kick with 20 minutes to go as we hit the halfway portion of this first half. And on the free kick, right at Herrera, and he will stop that one easily.
So a nice
that was
save.
Juarez taking the boot on it.
Yep, official shot on goal and a good save.
Just their second shot on goal. And feeding it through again up the wing. Preciado on the run. King going to beat him to it. And block him out and just let that one go out of the off the back line. So now Carlsbad will have another free kick from back in the goal box. Under halfway to go here in this first period. No score, and that was just an oops in the out. So Lovington going to get a throw in deep in the Carlsbad zone.
Yeah, just a lack of communication there, so silly mistake. And Lovington wants to take advantage of that. So
they certainly can.
Carlsbad hopes that it doesn't cost them.
As they give it all, I think everybody's kind of like, okay, just kind of take your time getting there. It's, even though it's not that hot, it is kind of humid today, kind of muggy feeling. And that just drains the energy from you.
It does. There's a bit of a breeze, though, which is a help.
And on the throw-in, it'll bounce into no man's land where Carlsbad will get it and send it all the way back down into the midfield where Lovington's defenders are to corral it. So now they'll turn it around and start it back the other way. Off of the head, trying to control it. Lovington will just pop it forward. Trying to find Mendoza, headed off by a Caveman. And then over to Gallegos into the middle of the pitch with Herrera. And with a chance to get there. And just a little boot and up and
nice.
in. And did the goal count? Nope. I think they called called the penalty before the shot.
Yeah. Still, you play it through.
Yes, you do. As Mendoza got through and had an opportunity to put it through, but they call the penalty as he and Preciado had a 2-on-2 break. So Carlsbad gets a break there.
Yeah, you play it through. It's like hitting a ball and you think it's probably, maybe foul, but you run it out, and if you were comparing it to baseball, softball.
So no shot on goal and no goal. As Lovington will send another bouncer towards the net. On the run, comes bouncing to the near side, and Carlsbad and King just going to swipe it away. So Lovington putting on the pressure deep in the Carlsbad end. Under 18 minutes to go first half. Cats and the Cavemen right now scoreless. As both teams kind of looking to get their season back on track. Lovington at 3-5, Carlsbad at 2-8.
Of course, this is all just, getting experience and trying to put some wins on the board for you and go into district with the best record you can.
Yep, Contreras will throw it in. Lovington comes back to get it, looks to control. Contreras back to Hernandez, pardon me. And then back out to the midfield. Of course, the way playoff seedings and things in New Mexico work.
Yeah, it counts.
All of your wins are good wins, and you need as many of them as you can.
Yeah, you want to put yourself in as good a position as you can.
Trying to get it, centering pass once again, and bounces through and will go out off of Hamill. And nope, not off Hamill. It'll be off of a Lovington player, off of Nava.
But you're using all of these tune-up games also to do just that, to get stronger and to work out the bugs and try to get the best, tightest team you can ready when your district starts.
Carlsbad will just send it back into the clutches of Lovington. Mendoza will send one rolling through and goes wide at the net. And out of the back of the zone. Off the back line. And back to Carlsbad since that one went wide. No shot. I like that Lovington's putting the pressure on, sending things towards the net.
Sure. I mean, the more time, we have spent more time, with the Lovington playing toward the Carlsbad net than we have the other way. So Lovington is controlling the ball and possessing the ball a little bit more, and that's what you want. Again, it's a game of percentages and possessions. Of course, it only takes the one good run and a sneak through or, a good clean shot to get a goal the other way. But you want to control the ball and possess the ball as much as you can. Take as many shots on goal as you can. And, then you have the best chance of one or two or more of those getting through.
As Anderson will throw it in. Bounces in front of King as he and Hernandez collide, and then Anderson will send it back. A Caveman down on the field and not feeling good back at the 38-yard line. Pretty good collision there. We will have a timeout taken. Injury timeout.
And we will not linger the camera over the fallen player.
As that's King, and he's down and not feeling well. Member of the Carlsbad training staff going to come out and check on him.
All right.
Of course, you forget how much that, how physical that the sport of soccer can be, and they are going to send the card out in addition.
Yeah, you think that they're just if you haven't played soccer and if you're just watching it, you really think it's just all about running and kicking the ball. You don't really realize a lot of times just how very physical this game is. How these players, it's not just about condition. They've got to be so well conditioned. You're on your feet, you're moving, you're running the whole time. And there's not a lot. I mean, yes, they do sub in soccer, and they sub a lot more frequently, of course, because of the rules, at this level, at the high school level than they do even in college and certainly in the pros. But it's physical. I mean, they're banging into each other, bodying into each other. You're constantly, you're kicking the ball, trying to get the ball when you're trying to steal, you're constantly making contact with another player's feet and legs, and they with you, and it is a head-to-toe physical contact. You're heading the ball, and that ball comes in at an angle and with some speed on it. So you're taking shots, and your body is involved from your head to your toe when you're a soccer player, and you've got the bumps and the bruises and the bang-ups and the injuries to prove it when you're playing enough minutes out there.
And so King is up on his own power and off the sideline. And we will get back to it as players subbing in for King when the ball goes back into play.
And that's
clock will restart at 15:09.
Yeah, and we're just talking about incidental game contact. Then, of course, you've got aggressive play that gives you even more contact.
As Deshaun Smith checks in for King, as that one will go out. And it'll be Lovington on the throw-in from the far sideline. And just a throw in to Hernandez, who gives it right back to his running mate, trying to find room up the left wing, battling for it and out. And the officials say stays Lovington ball. Oh, into Preciado, who then will send it back down. And to Gallegos, almost taken away from him by Hamill. So he and Smith collide, and Smith will have a free kick from the Carlsbad side of midfield. As Smith will turn that over to Medrano to kick towards the Lovington net. "14 minutes remaining in the first. 0-0, no score yet. From here at Wildcat Stadium, as Medrano, just a bouncing ball intercepted by Lovington. Going to try and run it back up, feeding it forward, looking to get Mendoza on the run. He takes it into the far left wing, has to settle it down, then takes it over, has a little look, pins it on towards the net, and that one will bounce just wide left.
Nice attempt, though. Good shot. Nice footwork. They got down there quickly. Good passing, and that's one of the things, is the strikers, are so important. But you've got to have good passing, and we've got leading Lovington in assists is Nava with 1 per game, an average. And Contreras has a total of 6 assists. He's actually leading in the stats with 6 assists total and 1.5 per match.
Into the middle with Herrera, and then back for Rodriguez, who is in relief to the near side. Looking for some room is Mendoza as he battles with one of the Cavemen, and a whistle, and that one goes out. Not able to control it was Renteria. So Contreras on the throw-in, 12:45 remaining. Tosses it off of the foot of Anderson, who then will send it back towards the midfield. Is that one just going to bounce out? Rodriguez on the throw-in, bodied up and bodied off by Preciado. Gets it taken away from him. Trying to come back the other way is Juarez, into the middle with Smith. Smith feeds it forward, and it's a foot race down the side. Lovington going to win that one with Rodriguez. And then a slide tackle will send it out. And it'll be Carlsbad ball as they try and put a little pressure on here late in the first.
Right. They're starting to pick up the pace just a little bit and become a little bit more aggressive in terms of fighting for the balls and fighting for control and possession here.
It'll be Renteria on the throw-in from about the 20-yard mark into the middle. Salcido to Hamill, and then headed out of the way and back out towards center pitch with Fierro. Fierro tries to find room through. Lovington blocks off a potential shot, then back out towards the middle. 5-on-5, and there's a pass that could become trouble.
Good
Coming back over to it,
yeah.
And nope, they're going to call a foul behind the play. Lovington's had a couple of potential breakaways stopped by fouls. Offside penalty on Lovington.
It's Lovington, of course, is playing up a classification here as Carlsbad, a 5A soccer team.
And we will have an offside call or a minor infraction on Carlsbad. And Salcido will send it over to the side for the free kick from about the 35-yard line. And on the kick in, trying to get it forward, down to Gallegos. Gallegos over the head of a charging Herrera and up and in. Light the lamp. Dylan Gallegos gets the goal.
Nice.
At 10:30 remaining.
And that becomes his 14th goal of the season. He's averaging 2.2 goals per match, and he's leading in points, 27 points for Lovington as well. So Gallegos puts Lovington up 1-0.
At the 29:30 mark of the first half. Third shot on goal for Lovington, and the first one that finds the back of the net. They light the lamp.
Sorry, I'll get the camera back to where it belongs as I stop to check stats and write things down and get the score book. Get back to the camera here.
So Lovington scores late. They've been threatening to do it for about the last 18 minutes of clock time. Finally put one in the back of the net to Hamill. Lovington's defense has done a nice job taking away lanes. And their offense has done a nice job trying to find breakaway opportunities. They got one there, and Gallegos made them pay.
Control the ball, pass well, take shots, and, you've got the best opportunity to score and to win a match that way.
Still playing out in the midfield. Carlsbad trying to gain control. Moving through with Juarez to Hamill, and he goes down hard, and he'll have a free kick from around the 25-yard mark. 35 yards out from the net. Carlsbad still, they have 3 shots on goal officially. Has it been just a pressure-packed first half for Ivan Herrera there in the cage? So from 40 yards out, free kick for Carlsbad. They'll try and get a set play here. And that one will be a shot right in on Herrera and stopped.
Nice job by Yvonne there.
Yes, it was. Each team with 4 shots on goal so far. So back to Hamill, into the middle of the field, trying to find some room with Juarez. He'll send a bouncer that'll go wide of the cage as Herrera tips it up, and now he'll just roll it back out. 8:49 in stoppage remaining here in the first. Herrera boots that one away. Headed back towards the midfield by Carlsbad.
Headed right back.
Off the noggin of Contreras. He works the far side and then can't control that one. Kind of squibs off the bottom of the spikes and into the Lovington bench. So subs coming in for the Cavemen.
Beautiful day for soccer, though, here on Brian Urlacher Field here at Wildcat Stadium. Lovely morning. A lot of umbrellas out, shielding folks. A little hazy, light cloud cover, but this is a day you get sunburned without realizing it.
Yes, it can be. And a tackle at the 10, and Smith will have a free kick from the 10. And a warning being issued by the officials to Lovington. So a free kick for the Cavemen. They try and get things set up there.
Right, Lovington trying to form as much of a shield as they can. You're forcing the kicker to angle the ball up, and the hope is that it's gonna be angled up so much it won't have a chance to get into the net.
Juarez with the kick, sends it on the ground and knocked out by Herrera, but then on the rebound and banged in by Antonio Renteria. At 7:18 remaining in the first. This one's knotted at 1. So 22-42 of the first.
That's the other thing that can happen is sometimes the kicker decides, okay,
32-42 of the first.
I'm not going to go up with it. I'm going to keep it on the ground and try to get it by the line in between, and that part of it was saved, but then
the rebound got him. That was actually the difference last Saturday against Clovis. Herrera not able to handle a rebound and came into traffic, and just almost identical to that. So now tied at 1 apiece. with 7:18 plus stoppage remaining here in the first. Carlsbad with 5 shots on goal. Lovington only with 4. And a end over end as a cat and a caveman collide down at the 25. Be a free kick for the Wildcats from approximately 40 yards away. As Gallegos will send it towards the caveman net.
Of course, what you want is maybe a pass in, get it so you can get somebody to assist, because that's from pretty far away. So you're looking to position that ball and to give your teammates, a chance to take it.
Looks like they did issue a yellow card on that one.
Ooh,
now they'll
enough of an infraction.
And Gallegos sends it on net, coming out and getting it, somehow collecting it. Is the goalkeeper Cifuentes. And back down. And out. So Lovington on the throw-in, tied 1 apiece. 6 minutes plus stoppage remaining in the first. Back to King, who moves it over to Juarez.
Nice backwards kick there.
Yes, it was.
Very Pele-like.
On the near sideline, taken away by the Cats and Gomez. Gomez trying to get it to one of his strikers. They'll get it into the middle with Hernandez. Hernandez takes it across center pitch. And looking for some room to move now is Nava. Nava on the far left wing. Turns around, settles it down. Now looks for a little room.
And looks for some help.
Now centering pass into the middle. Gallegos off of the back of his foot, and it'll go out of the back.
Almost. Good positioning, though. Good teamwork by Lovington to organize, an offensive attack there.
Nava still had Nava had room to, after he got it settled down. It's like Carlsbad completely lost him.
Yeah.
Chose to wait just a half a heartbeat instead of sending it on goal. And that let Carlsbad's defenders get to him. But still, Lovington with an opportunity right in front of the net. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. All knotted at 1. Lovington and Carlsbad on this Saturday afternoon. Hernandez into the middle of the pitch. He'll turn around. He'll send a bouncer wide of the net. And out of the back line. With 4.5 to go in the first.
Lovington with a bit of a rebuilding, still going on here as they've got some players who have come through years of going to playoffs and, of course, that state championship win, but Lovington losing their head coach. And now they have, and I had counted, and now I've forgotten how many seniors and juniors on this squad that they've got.
Coach Luis Esteves, now the boss for the Cats, as running down the field looking for some room is going to be Renteria. He'll send one on, sends one across, and trying to get a streaker coming up the left side, not able to bang it home was Soto. And it goes out of the back line. And it'll be a corner kick for the Cavemen. Now they're putting the pressure on with 3:40 remaining in the first period. So to take that corner kick, it'll be Lorenzo Munoz. He sets it exactly where he wants it. Carlsbad will line up and sending it high onto the far side. Trying to get it across to get it off of the head of one of his teammates, but Nava will wind up with it. He dribbles it forward, looking to turn on the Jets, find a little room to run. Feeds it past everybody, turns on the Jets again. A slide tackle on the far side made by Grotto.
Yeah, good defense work there. Just trying to interrupt Carlsbad's offensive rhythm there and trying to get the ball back.
Gallegos in the middle of the pitch, gets it taken away from him by Juarez. Lovington will take it right back. 2:49 in the first remaining. As the Cats and the Cavemen collide and tangle up on the far sideline. Now into the middle. Nava gets slid into and taken away from him by Minares. And then Carlsbad will just have to send it back down. They're going to try and get a run on it. Coming through, bodying it up. That is Soto. Soto with the bouncer in and the save made on the 6th shot by Carlsbad. Herrera makes the save. We click down to 2:15 remaining in the first. Carlsbad all of a sudden has come to life here late in the first. Lovington had some opportunities, but only able to cash in on one in that first period. As we hit the 2-minute mark now.
A lot of teams will use that strategy, actually. They'll let the other team come out and work a lot, try to wear them down, and then toward the end of the period, they'll launch, and they'll pick up the pace and be much more aggressive offensively in the last few minutes, just trying to make the most of they can and trying to find and catch the other team with tired legs. So that could be some of what's going on here. Some of this pace is pretty normal, this change of pace here at this part of the match.
Into the middle of the pitch, coming back down near side. 90 seconds remaining, plus stoppage in the first. And it will be Carlsbad throw in. That will be Juarez. Z directs traffic, tosses it in. Soto battles with Salcido. Now they'll get it forward to Mendoza. Mendoza gets it taken away from him by Anderson. Then a slide tackle on Gomez, who was coming over. Back to the middle is Juarez. Cross pitch pass. And yes, that is a bit of a tongue twister. To Hamill, to Soto. And back out. Under a minute left in plus stoppage time. As Juarez out in the midfield. To Hamill, to Soto, back to Hamill, a little leap, a little hop, and runs into two Lovington defenders, then to the far side. Caveman goes down and touches it last. That was Sebastian Castillo. As we click to 20 seconds remaining in regulation time, we will have a little free time at it. To Hernandez. He gets around Smith. He's got a run going up the far sideline. Trying to angle it in. Gets body from behind and taken off of his feet. And, yep, they will call the penalty kick. As we are now into extra time here in the first. As King going to argue with the official. That will generally get you a pretty colored card. And he's arguing pretty adamantly down there. We are in extra time and stoppage time.
They've got 2 minutes on the clock.
I think finally the ref just told King,
just go away.
Just go away.
He did. I think he just waved him off and said, no, you're not getting anywhere.
So now Gallegos to send it towards the net in stoppage time and headed off by a Carlsbad defender and then back out towards the middle of the pitch. We are at 1 minute of stoppage time, and they blow the whistle, and that will end the first half of play, all tied up at 1 apiece. 1-1 at halftime. Lovington strikes first. Dylan Gallegos at the 29:30 mark of the first half, and then Antonio Renteria answers 3 minutes later at 32:42 of the first half and ties this one up. Lovington only 5 shots on goal in the first half. Carlsbad with 6. We will take a timeout. 1-1 our score as Wildcat soccer continues in just a moment.
would that be played?
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Soccer from here at Wildcat Field in Lovington, Wildcat Stadium, Brian Urlacher Field in Lovington. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber keeping an eye and ear on things back at One Radio Square. We are on HobbsAmerica.com, Boxcast TV, and also at the moment, the YouTube has decided to hold up. We are all tied at 1 apiece going into the second half. Both teams striking relatively late in that first half. Dylan Gallegos putting the first one in the net for the Cats at 29:30 of the first half, and then Carlsbad getting the equalizer off the boot of Antonio Renteria off of a rebound at 32:42 of the first half.
And it's Giovanni Wattis who actually leads goals for Carlsbad with 3 this season, averaging .8 per match.
So ready to go here in this second half of play. And it will be Carlsbad to foot it up, boot it up, and they will start things off. They'll into the second half, all knotted up at 1 apiece. Lovington with a lot of opportunities in that first half, just only able to find the back with one of them. Carlsbad many fewer opportunities, but they made the most of them. And flashing through is Soto as Hernandez comes out, or Herrera, pardon me, comes out. Dangerous move with a flashing Soto and sends that one all the way into the visiting stands here at Wildcat Stadium.
Well, for goalkeepers, it's always a calculated risk, to come out and how far they come out. And experience teaches you a lot, one way or the other.
Yes, it does. Of course, Herrera, just a freshman. As Carlsbad controls, looking for some room coming through, is their number 8. That is Bana. But then back to midfield. Lovington with a potential 3-on-3.
Nice pass then. Good.
Nava sends it over the head. This could be trouble. Nope, it's just going to continue to bounce. Gets out of the reach of Mendoza. And then Cifuentes will send it back to his Caveman running mates. So back to the midfield.
Cifuentes with averaging 3.8 saves per match.
He's got more than
Carlsbad.
that. Got more than that in this one.
He does.
He's already got 4 saves in this one. So
he's going to improve his average.
He is
with this one. And we've got almost, probably with stoppage time, right at 40 minutes to go in this one.
38 minutes left in regulation plus stoppage time. All knotted up at 1 apiece.
So Lovington has been fairly aggressive. They have taken, a lot of shots.
Problem is, a lot of them have been just wide of the goals. Didn't really count as shots. So
Right.
officially only 5 shots for the Cats.
Yeah. But they've sent it toward the net more than that. Certainly
Yes,
been in the
they have.
neighborhood trying to get it close.
And on the corner kick, trying to get the header, it'll bounce in, and off of the head, it'll be stopped by Herrera. And we will have a whistle. Have a minor infraction called on Lovington. So turns it over to the Cavemen at midfield.
Carlsbad playing with starting this period with a lot more urgency, the pace a little quicker, more like they ended the first period, starting off with a lot of energy this second half.
And swiping it over to the far side. Carlsbad looking for a little room to run. Fierro sends it on towards net. Knocked away by Herrera, and dangerous as he had a Caveman sneaking in the back door. But manages to stop it, and now back the other way. Lovington trying to get the breakaway with Nava. Nava takes it into the center. He's held, no call, and then the shot in, and it finds the back of the net. But they call a penalty behind the play on Lovington.
Man,
offsides on Lovington.
This is the third time that that's happened in this match.
Yes, it is. They call the offsides on the Wildcats. And that's 2 goals that have been wiped out on the offsides. Lovington faithful not liking that call any better than they like the others. It's back down. Hernandez sweeps it away from Hamill and then gets knocked to the turf.
Nice ball control here.
And they're going to try another breakaway.
Forward,
Here we go as Gallegos on the run, taking it up the left wing, sends it towards the cage, puts it in, and somehow hits the top of the bar, and Cifuentes will come out and stop it. Gallegos, his third shot on goal, had a beaut right there, and that one going to bounce into the stands.
Yeah, nice run. A really good chance of doing that. And Lovington saw the opportunity right away from way back from behind midfield, really. And with that good pass and just a great chance to get in front, let the ball pass it in front of him and him take it on the run. And he does lead the team with 14 goals, including the one in the first period of this match.
As Gallegos going to swipe that one through, Nava's got a chance. He will drive in on goal off the side of his foot and just wide. Once again.
Just to the left. He hit it just with a little too much of that. He pointed a little too much forward into the outside. He just caught it just at the wrong angle.
There has been 5 or 6 that have gone wide of the cage, and there's another one as Gallegos.
Just some frustration there, I think. Yeah.
Sends it all the way back into the fencing surrounding the track here at Wildcat Stadium. 34 and a half minutes remaining in regulation. As Carlsbad will boot it back into play out towards the midfield. Lovington off the bounce will get it back. Mendoza sends a bouncer in, and that one is going to be stopped.
A hot roller.
Yes, it was.
But Cifuentes came out to meet it.
8th shot on goal by the Wildcats. That one gets away from Hernandez, who takes it right back and gives it right back. Hernandez passes it up into the middle of the field and then back over to the side with Mendoza and headed out by Anderson. Lovington on the throw-in as Gomez heads over, tosses it in over the head of Mendoza, who gets tackled by Anderson, and it goes out the back line. And it'll go back into or onto the foot of the Cavemen. Carlsbad to kick it away again with Grado as he'll bring it to the near side. Gallegos will take it off and take it away, and yep, we will have a minor infraction called as Fierro running over the back of Gallegos, so Contreras will come up to send it towards net from the 35-yard mark. That's 45 to the cage. Contreras will put it in the air, trying on going off of the head, and a stop.
Ooh,
as
close.
Salcido got it off of the head. 10th shot for Lovington, and Cifuentes with another stop. 9 stops in this one. Mendoza to the middle of the field and then back for Salcido, and Salcido 2 quick shots and another stop there for Cifuentes. Lovington applying the pressure. They've already had 6 shots in this second half. That's one more than they had the entire first half.
And good pressure makes Carlsbad expend a lot of energy.
Yes, it does. And to the back as Contreras heads it over towards his goalie, who hits the turf. We will have a whistle sound as we'll have a penalty called. Minor infraction. And it should be
on Carlsbad.
It should be, yep. Or are we going to have a penalty kick? Are we going to have?
Ooh.
We are going to have a penalty kick. It's a 1-on-1 on the penalty.
It's costly.
Yes, it is, and could be. So Giovanni Juarez will get the penalty kick.
And I thought initially it really was going the other way.
So they'll go 1-on-1, the PK. As Herrera got to be ready for whatever Juarez does. So from 12 yards out, Juarez will look in as Herrera sets and gets ready. Some slow subs coming in. Maybe a little ice.
Yeah, I was trying to cool Carlsbad's kicker down just a little bit. taking their time.
So a bad penalty right in front of the cage leads to the PK. And Carlsbad here with a golden opportunity to go up 2-1. Half hour remaining in regulation plus stoppage time. Knotted at 1-1, but Carlsbad with a chance to break that tie right now. Now the head official going to stroll over. As Juarez continues to wait. Now we're ready. So Juarez against Herrera on the PK. The shot is up and it is over the head of everybody. So Lovington dodging the PK bullet right there off the boot of Giovanni Juarez. His third shot.
Whew, deep breath, sigh of relief. But we're still knotted up, so Lovington's going to have to try to find a way to get a goal with just under 30 minutes left, minus stoppage time.
As Contreras will send it back to the midfield. Comes out of the near side. As Gallegos will come track it down, and he will throw it in. He throws it in and then gets it right back. Then works around a Carlsbad player, but off of his foot and out. Being pressured on the near sideline by Fierro. And over to Carlsbad. Tossing it in for the Cavemen, it'll be Medrano. And it'll go out. So now Hernandez will throw it in. Looks, tosses, and then off of the foot and out of Gomez. So back to Carlsbad. Tossing it over to Bana, who will throw it in. And he'll toss it as Carlsbad loses it, but then gets it right back, trying to put a little pressure on. Spin move to the far side with Renteria, who has the Carlsbad tally. And sliding into the bench is Salcido. Carlsbad to toss it back in with Juarez. From in front of his own bench, bounces it to Soto. Two Cats immediately collapse on him, and then a block and out. So it'll be a throw-in for the Wildcats. So off of the head there of Mendoza. Nava tries to get through it as he battles with King, and it goes out. King touching it last. And Lovington will throw it back in on the run. Gets over the head of Mendoza. And Carlsbad will send it back out towards midfield. Lovington intercepts with Nava. The long shot in, and that one will be stopped by Cifuentes.
Yeah, good try, though. You always want to, if you're close and you think you've got a shot, take it. Of course, sometimes coaches will want you to hang on to it and look for a better position, try to, organize more of an offensive attack and go for position. But a lot of times it's, if you're close enough, you've got the angle, you don't have a blocker in front of you, then take it.
And then out in the corner kick for the Wildcats. So now the set play with an opportunity. A little bouncer over the head, and Salcido tries to get it, misfires. Now he'll head it back towards the goal, and a leaping kick for Gallegos comes up empty, back to Hernandez. Takes it over to the far left wing, trying to get Salcido. Intercepted by Medrano. Medrano will send it out. And back to Lovington. As the Cats continue to try and find the one-up tally, continuing to put on the pressure.
Yeah, so we started this second half all tied up one piece, and here we are still.
Only allowing 7 shots for Carlsbad. The defense has done what they've needed to do. His roller in is Herrera. We'll get to that one. Lovington with 12 shots on goal, but only 1 has found the back of the net, and then a miss hit off of the head. Gallegos coming up the left wing, drives in, and sliding through and knocking it away is Bana. And he'll go out of the back line. Corner kick now for the Cats. Gallego's going to set his blue-clad squad. The Lovington with another opportunity here. So up high and then in off of the head as put that one, the biscuit in the basket, like the lamp. Ray Salcido at 14-15 of the second. And Lovington tallies the go-ahead goal, the free kick by Gallegos, and then off the head of Ray Salcido.
So officially an assist for Gallegos, and then Salcido with the goal.
With the header in, the Cats take the 2-1 lead. 25-42 now remaining here in this contest.
All right.
Is that one out of the back line?
Sorry, I was stopping to write stats down and update the score bug here with the score. So we're going to get the camera back. So it is 2-1 here in the second half. Nice work by Lovington.
Again, you continue to apply the pressure, and eventually something will find its way through, and that one did. And now a corner kick coming the other way. I believe that's King to kick it in for the Cavemen from the southeast goal. As he'll put it out towards the goal line. And Lovington will just take it away and send it back out with Nava. We'll leave it to Gallegos, and he's going to get a flyer, trying to get it on the far sideline. Rushing up to it is Mendoza, who gets tackled at the 10-yard line by King. No call, and Lovington wanted the card, not getting Mendoza back up. Centering pass, looking for a little room, and now we should get the card as King clobbers Mendoza again. Pardon me, that's Anderson again.
So the refs are definitely going to sort things out. They're listening
Cat
to the
faithful
players.
calling for the yellow card. Mendoza up, and he's fine, but well, they want the yellow card. They're not going to get it, or maybe they are. There will be a penalty kick, though, for the Wildcats. So the Cats now with a PK, and it'll be Hernandez to take that penalty kick.
So,
I don't know if they're going to give it to Mendoza. I was going to say, wait a minute, I didn't think.
So, Mendoza will have a chance to put Lovington 2 up here with 23:45 left to play in this match in regular time.
So the PK for Mendoza. There are a couple of big collisions with Anderson. So Mendoza takes it off the left. And finds the back of the net. The PK.
Nice.
At 24. Make that 25-32 of the second. And the Cats take the now 3-1 lead. They cash in on their PK as where Carlsbad could not.
Yeah, as Carlsbad, when they took their PK, they went high, and it was too high. And Mendoza kept it on the ground and just rolled it past Cifuentes, who's been doing an excellent job at the goalkeeper position for Carlsbad thus far today.
Josue Gomez checks out. Preciado checks in for Lovington.
But not enough to keep Lovington from getting 3 goals in this match so far. Carlsbad has 1. So Herrera doing a very nice job for Lovington as well.
Yes, he has. He stopped 7 of the 8 that he's faced. And back down come the Wildcats, battling Soto. And then back out. Bumped off the chest of Renteria, who has the tally for the Cavemen.
Carlsbad's really picking up the pace now. They're down 2 goals, so they're going to really be trying to fight for possession of this ball and keep it. But
feeding it forward. Gallegos trying on the left wing this time. Loses it, and we'll have another offside. Yep, an offside for the Cats. That is 3 times the potential breakaways have been stopped on the offside.
Well, that's it, and some of that is tough. Some of that's understandable because the very nature of the breakaway is that the ball is moving downfield very quickly, and it goes from behind midfield all the way down, and that you've got to, as for Lovington's got to pay attention to where their players are, where you are in relation to that ball. So
sending one over to the left wing and off of the head of Soto and leaping up and a flag up. Lovington ball. Minor infraction. 22 minutes remaining plus stoppage time. Cats leading this one 3-1. Off of the head of Ray Salcido and then off the PK by Alejandro Mendoza. And out and another whistle. Throw in for Carlsbad.
Right.
Of course, Lovington in the blue kit, Carlsbad in the white. Sub coming in for the Cavemen. As coming out is Fierro. And coming in is Castillo.
Earlier in this match, we were talking about the number of seniors and juniors that Lovington has on this squad, and they've got 6 seniors, 6 juniors. The rest are sophomore and freshmen.
Gallegos taking over the right wing. Takes it to the right sideline. Battling through a little traffic. Preciado heading it back towards the center. King off of the chest. And back onto the boot of one of his Caveman peers. They're going to try for the breakaway now as Soto knocks over a Lovington Wildcat, gets through it, finds it through, and rolls it home as Soto gets it back to within a goal. He does it at the 19-20 mark of the second. And now it is 2-1 in favor of Lovington.
3-2.
3-2, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Talking about those juniors and seniors for Lovington, all of your stat leaders on the sheets in terms of goalkeeping, goals, assists, saves, all are juniors and seniors.
As now we are at the halfway mark of this second quarter, and nope, they waved off that goal, so an offside.
Okay.
So it is 3-1 still.
Okay.
So I can go scratch
Yes,
that
now we
one
can
out.
move that. Yeah,
So
got to do a little work here.
So I believe they did call the offsides, and so 3-1.
Well, that's
Hey, we've lost 2 off the board that way.
Exactly.
About time it went the other way.
Yeah, we know how that goes, and can laugh about it only because we're up 3-1 now. So
into the middle of the pitch, Preciado to Mendoza, working the far sideline. Anderson knocks it away from him. Into Medrano, and then out. So it'll be a free kick from the far sideline for the Cavemen. 19:15 remaining in regulation plus stoppage. So into the midfield, Preciado trying to get positioning on Medrano. And Soto into the middle, and then sending it back down is Contreras. Bouncing ball coming out is Cifuentes to corral it. Yes, then the keep will send it back to the midfield. Lovington going to try and keep the pressure up. Nava feeds it forward to Gallegos, but off of his back and offsides on the Cats.
and 2 good defenders right down there, also trying to keep that ball from getting anywhere near the goal.
We saw almost no offsides against Clovis last Saturday, and we've seen 4 or 5 here today. 3 of them have taken goals off the board. On the run, moving forward is Castillo, trying to get it into the center, blocked out by Castillo. And then on the steal, Wildcat ball, dribbling it forward, and then Anderson comes up and will kick it out and away.
Lovington's really been playing some pretty good defense in this match against Carlsbad, really from the very beginning.
Yes, they have. We'll have subs coming in, fresh legs for the Cavemen.
As they definitely have to worry about that right now. I mean, they're 2 goals down. They've got to do an awful lot to try to get that ball, keep it, try to send shots on goal. So they're going to try to get as fresh legs and keep them out there as they can.
King to Munoz, And then back to Hamill.
They are going to step up the pace and be a lot more aggressive.
As Madrano going to send it high and out, and not going to quite make it into the stands over on this side of the stadium.
We're at 17 minutes left without stoppage time.
Lovington with the 3-1 lead. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber keeping an eye on it here on things back at One Radio Square. So Lovington off of the throw-in. Nava sends it forward, looking for the runner. Going with Mendoza. Takes it over into the far left wing. Centering pass and put it in!
Beautiful assist. That was nice teamwork there. Very nice.
Light the lamp as on the centering pass. The Wildcats tally another as that was Israel Barunda at 23-25 of the second.
But off of a really nice pass and good work on that as Lovington saw a chance to get the ball down and get it close to goal, set up an opportunity like that. And really, that was off the assist and off the pass from which player?
Mendoza.
Mendoza.
Mendoza with the assist and with the goal of his own. He's having a good day. He's also played good defense. So now Lovington with a little bit of breathing room, but Carlsbad's not going to go away. That is not in their nature. Soto back to the midfield, looking for some room. Lovington puts 4 defenders on him. Bodies him off of the ball, getting it back with Nava. Feeds it forward, trying to get Gallegos, and we will have a minor infraction on Lovington. Or is it on Carlsbad? He was pointing one way, and then he pointed the other. And it's heading far, far down to get the ball back is Madrano. And they are going to say free kick for Lovington. Everybody can get turned around momentarily. I do quite often. So it'll be Contreras to send it from just shy of midfield with 16 and a half minutes remaining. So Contreras sends it high, then off the head of a Cavemen into the middle. Preciado off of the header and just knocked away at the last second.
As he really, Cifuentes had to go up high, and what helped is the ball was a little high, and I think it caught part of the goal post as well.
With Lovington now 15 shots on goal, and they will have the corner kick. So going to try and put another one in on the high kick. A long one through, trying to get it up high and get the head. Can't do that, but they will corral it on the far sideline. Looking for some room, sending it back towards the middle and out. And off of the foot of a Wildcat, out of the back line.
And sometimes, of course, your best defense is a strong offense. And despite Carlsbad's attempt to get possession and keep it, and increase the level of play and their attack, Lovington has managed to battle back and take it off of a strong defense into good offense.
Yes, they have. To the middle with Preciado. Sending it over to the far hash mark, moving through is Nava. Nava turns around and then blocked by one of the Cavemen. That was Bana. He saw a little lane and took it, but Bana blocks it out, and it'll go out of the back and should be, will it be a free kick? Yep, it'll be a free kick for the Wildcats. Another chance at a set play with 15-18 remaining plus stoppage time.
Corner kick up.
Sending it through the middle and coming through dangerous as the Cifuentes comes all the way out to the 10-yard line.
He says, enough of this. I'm going to get it out and just boot it away.
And he'll come to the near side and it'll just go out. And so it'll be Lovington ball from around the 35-yard line. Chasing it down, Eduardo Sigala.
And we're within 15 minutes. Plus stoppage time of having this match done. And Lovington smells blood and water, but they can't afford to let down. They've got to continue to be as focused and as good as they have been and play as tight as they have been so far in this match.
3-goal lead for the Wildcats.
They've got a lot of they've given themselves a nice cushion at this point. And really, they've just got to worry about keeping Carlsbad from taking too many shots on goal. And
have
they need
a free kick for Gallegos.
Yeah, and they need to try to not get draw any big penalties and allow Carlsbad to get back into the match through penalty kicks.
Lovington scored 3 goals in 9 minutes, so anything is possible as Gallegos sending it high into the middle, trying to body it off, and just wide as Preciado got the body on it and just sent it wide of the cage. Lovington with another opportunity, though. So now Carlsbad at some point is going to have to think about the extra attacker. Or they may just be thinking about, well, let's try and get 1 or 2 back, make this look a little better, and let's head back to the Cave City. Oh, to Barunda, and he tries to sweep it over, but out of the reach of everybody. That's Nava in the game over there. That's Matthew Nava, pardon me, the sophomore. So Coach Aceves getting some of his younger players in. Getting them some time. 13 minutes plus stoppage remaining. Lovington up by 3 goals. 4-1 is the score. To Barunda. But back over to Carlsbad. And back up into the center of the field. Coming to the near side, giving chase, but not able to corral that. This Sebastian Castillo will let it go out. It'll go back to Lovington. And on the throw-in, checking in relief, Hayden Alexander playing defense. He's normally a keeper for the Cats. Alexander, after having some injury time, back in playing D this time. So Castillo on the near sideline. Hernandez going to take that away from him and just move it through, and a whistle.
Well, if you think about it, the goalkeeper is the head defenseman, so
that is true.
He's kind of he's a defenseman all the time when he's in front of the net.
Matthew Contreras to kick it away from the Lovington 40. Under 12 remaining here in regulation. Contreras sends it on towards the net, bouncing ball, and that will be stopped by the Caveman keeper, Cifuentes. And then a high pop fly out to center field, or midfield in this case. And a whistle on Lovington. As that last goal just seems to have kind of taken the air out of the game. It's really kind of slowed down a little bit. Of course, both coaches putting in some younger players, getting them some varsity experience.
All right, we're just over 11 minutes left in the match. That's without stoppage time.
And that will go fairly quickly. Of course, in soccer, the clock rarely stops. So down for Castillo. And then Sanchez to the far side, and then a collision at the 30.
So Carlsbad player goes down and whistle sounds.
Parker Hamill was
have an infraction against Lovington.
Yeah, I think it was Abraham Rodriguez. Yep, it was Rodriguez. They tangled over there. 10.5 plus stoppage time to go. Free ball for the Cavemen. And sending it over towards net, headed away by the Wildcats and out of harm's way. Swiping it up on the near side. Lovington looking for a little room to run. Gallegos on the centering pass. Preciado putting on the Jets. Puts it on net and just outside. Actually, that was Barunda. His second shot of the match. Barunda scored in the second off the header at 23-25. Gets another shot on goal. And we will have a foul behind the play as Barunda knocking over Cortez. Now in the ball game. 9:40 remaining plus stoppage time. Cats well on their way to getting back to within a game of 500.
And doing it against a 518.
Yes, they are. Carlsbad going to fall to 2-9 on the year. Sure, not the season the Cavemen wanted. Now for the free kick. into space. Now they're trying to get a man. Hamill on the breakaway. Coming back is Alexander to try and stop him, and kicked over and off of the heels of Salcido. Salcido gets the block, and it'll go out of the back of the zone.
Yeah, nice work and good D as they got down there 3 Wildcats right there to try to keep that from being a shot on goal, or at least block a shot, which they did.
And they did get the shot block. Some more subs coming into the game for the Wildcats. Corner kick for the Cavemen. That'll be Hamill to take the corner kick.
A nice breeze comes through the window.
Yeah.
That wind is out of the southeast today.
And the bender in and over the head of a leaping Caveman and out. And it'll be the Lovington ball with 8:20 remaining plus stoppage. Alexander will go collect the ball and leave it off for Contreras. The Wildcat captain will send it in.
And it goes right back out.
Yep, and over to Carlsbad. As Sanchez will come get the ball. And so he'll toss it in. Onto the foot of Hamill, who centers it up, taking it away. Cats will move it back towards the near side. And feeding it back. Lovington looking for a little room, trying to get it out of harm's way. We'll kick it back down, and it'll go out around midfield. And so taking a long trot down to collect that ball will be Deshaun Smith. The grounds crew comes over and gets it to him, so he didn't have to go all the way basically to the field house for it.
Right. The ball was rolling, had a little wind behind it as well.
Sanchez from midfield to toss it in. Lovington up 4-1. In control of this one. Barunda battles for it in the middle of the pitch. Trying to find it through and gets left behind. Alcaraz, who just checked in relief. He'll take it. He'll feed it back to his defenders as Contreras. He'll send it to Salcido, who will send it back out to midfield, where Smith will take it off of the foot, and then ouch as Hernandez boots that one off of Preciado. Ouch. And then Preciado leaping and drawing contact with Baeza, who's now in the match. 6:20 remaining. Plus stoppage times. Robert Sanchez, the junior D-man, with the free kick. From about 42 yards out. Actually, they'll let Juarez do the kicking, and he will send that one over the goal. And off the back, Lovington ball. There's more subs for both squads coming in.
Just under 6 minutes left to play in regulation.
Plus some stoppage time. So it looks like Contreras will send it from the goalie box. And he will as Juarez feeds it forward to Hamill, but it'll be taken away by Lovington D-men and then come out on the near side. Stays Carlsbad ball. Smith will trot over to collect that one in front of the stands. And to Sanchez, who will throw it in. Sanchez throwing it. And a whistle as bodies colliding, and it'll go to Lovington. So free kick as Contreras will send it away. Bouncing over everybody. And an offsides on Lovington. Clock continues to move. 4:49 to go. Plus stoppage time here in the match.
Carlsbad will have it. Kicking it toward goal, headed off by Lovington.
So back to the middle of the pitch as Juarez will take it towards the left wing. He battles with Preciado and feeds it into the middle with Fierro, who's back in. But it'll get through for Lovington, and a Wildcat goes down. That's Hernandez.
And he comes right back up.
So it'll be a free kick for the Cats. 4 minutes remaining, plus stoppage time. As Contreras to kick it once again. Lovington leading this one 4-1. A 3-goal flurry within 9 minutes in the middle portion of this second period has been the difference. Everybody going to go line up on the 30-yard line and wait for Contreras to boot it away. Lovington going to line up 4 defensemen back on the ball, almost like gunners. Where they are waiting for the head official to allow them to kick away, as he's meticulously working on some paperwork down there.
Yeah, they've got to keep up with their subs. And
yes, they do.
And information in terms of, the penalties.
And they are pointing now at the side judge, and they're telling him where they can place the ball. 2:45 plus stoppage time to go. Contreras will set it down at the 30. Everybody getting a good breather there. As Contreras will send it down, King will head it away. Into Sanchez. Sanchez feeding it near side. Baeza looking for some room in the middle of the pitch. Finds it as we click down to the 2-minute mark remaining in regulation. Into the backfield. Carlsbad continues to try and put the pressure on. And we'll have a whistle away. There's the battle between Nava and another free kick for Contreras. Down the field, bouncing through off of the head of Medrano towards the cage and saved. As we are now into the last 2 minutes of the game.
We'll have some stoppage time, not a lot. But
yes, we will. Big wind gust taking the water bottle off the windowsill here. So back down. Working the Lovington end of the pitch. And out of the reach of Baeza and out. Approximately a minute and a half remaining in regulation plus stoppage time. Sanchez over to throw it in. So we will throw it in. Lovington gets it off the head. Then Contreras sends it out near sideline. Smith will just let that one go up and over and off of the top of an umbrella in the stands. 1 minute remaining in regulation. A 3-goal lead for the Cats, 4-1. And on the throw-in, Hernandez will take it back and then just let it go out. Nope, they're going to say actually touched by Carlsbad. So touched in and then sent back out towards the middle as that one bounces. King goes back and tries to send it out of harm's way. And over to the far side with Sigala, who's just going to let it go as King goes down hard. We are now into stoppage time. So barring the soccer miracle of all miracles, Lovington will improve to 4-5 on the year. Carlsbad will drop to 2-9.
And
I have a feeling that on the throw-in, this one will probably come to an end.
I think so. Of course, next up for Lovington will be Thursday night. They'll be on the road to play at NMMI in Roswell, taking a much better looking 4-5 record into that match.
As to Preciado, just a little softy into the middle, and then it's moved back out. Lovington trying to keep the pressure on. Now Carlsbad trying to get a run. They've got a 3-on-2 break. As over to the near sideline. He's giving chase as Alexander, and that one will go out. Carlsbad on the throw-in. We have played a minute of stoppage time now. And Lovington back the other way with Hernandez, far sideline. He'll send it into the middle, trying to find Gallegos. Bodies it up, tries to settle it down right in the middle of the pitch, turns around and over the top and out. And a yellow card going to be issued.
Ooh. You
don't like to see that.
Well, especially this late in the match. That's
yeah, and stoppage time, a 3-goal game. That's
of course, in matches like this, you get down to the final few minutes, and you kind of get into junk soccer.
This guy goes going to go sit with the yellow card. As we have now played nearly 2.5 minutes of stoppage. Lovington going to be victorious in this one. 4-1 the final. Each team with a penalty kick. Lovington making theirs work. As Soto sends that one down. And back to Smith. Gets under his boot. And back to Medrano, who sends it towards the middle. Hernandez comes in, takes it away. They're just content to play back and forth now. Carlsbad trying with one more run. Working it over towards the left wing. Trying to get an angle is Renteria, who did tally Carlsbad's goal this afternoon.
Nice defense, good takeaway by Lovington.
Yes, it was. A lot of stoppage time as we are at 3 minutes plus of stoppage time now. And on the run, Lovington looking for the shot. Going to try and send it into the middle with Segala. Almost loses it, gets it back. Now Carlsbad will take it away and send it out and back to Lovington. We click into the 4th minute of stoppage time. I have never understood if it's a 1-goal game, okay. Multiple goals, I really think it should probably end at a minute or two. And they will blow the whistle finally at 4 minutes. 4 minutes and change of stoppage time, and Lovington will be victorious by a score of 4-1. The exact same score that the JV won by. Carlsbad's 1 goal came in the first half at the 32-42 mark off of the boot of Antonio Renteria. Carlsbad only managing 8 shots on goal in the 80 minutes of this match. For Lovington, their first goal came at 29:30 of the first as Dylan Gallegos putting that one in the back of the net. And then in the second, Ray Salcido off the header at 14:15 of the second with goal number 2. Alejandro Mendoza a little more than a minute later at 15:32 on a penalty kick puts the third one in. And then it was Israel Barunda with the capper at 23:25 of the second to give Lovington the 4-1 victory, Dawn.
Yeah, what can you say? But nice job all the way around. Lovington pretty much in control of this one from the beginning. They really did a good job. They set the pace, controlled it, really controlled possession most of the time, most of this match, and it shows on the scoreboard. So nice defense, good offensive work. It was just nice job at the net for Herrera, and good work, Lovington. Congratulations on the win, taking that 4-5 record now into their next match. They'll have a few days to to kind of regroup and then get ready for the attack on the road at Nimi.
So keep an eye on HobbsAmerica.com and our Facebook pages for our next broadcasts. For Evie Stuber, keeping an eye and ear on things back to One Radio Square. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying good afternoon. Have a great weekend. Wildcats win 4-1.